everybody. Welcome back to In a Perfect World, where we talk about entertainment and pop culture. It's you looking at the thing. Entertainment and pop culture. Joining me today, we have one of our Thanksgiving giveaway winners. We have, I didn't go over your name, Donovan.
Yes, my name is Donovan Parker.
No, I didn't know if you had like a stage name or something. Okay, yes, we're here with Donovan Parker. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for coming out. I know it took you like 6 days and 6 nights to get here.
So bad traffic. Like one accident, everybody stopping and just gotta get their little view of
Yeah.
it.
Like, why we not just driving, people? We got places to be where everybody don't got places to be. Some people trying to avoid the place that they're going.
I think I was really saying that while I was on the road. Actually, I was like, you driving, you ain't got nowhere to be. Like,
Yeah.
You just driving, you just don't got know what to do.
Yep. So Donovan is an artist from the DMV. He's somewhat a jack of all trades, y'all. Not gonna lie. Like fashion, business, modeling, fashion design, like you do a lot. Going back to our Thanksgiving giveaway, we gave you guys an opportunity to pick whose story you wanted to dive into a little bit more. It was completely on you guys, and I'm really excited because I've never done this before. Like, I usually pick all my guests. I've never had my audience pick the guests. Or like I'll listen to recommendations and stuff in DMs, but sometimes I go with it, sometimes I don't. But this is like completely out of the box, out of my not comfort zone, but it's different. And to give you all some context as well, me and Donovan went to high school together.
Suitland High School, home of the Rams.
Shout out Miss Wilkins. That's all I want to say.
Rest in peace.
Love Miss Wilkins. Love Miss Wilkins. Do you remember what class we took?
I don't remember the name of it, but I do remember just how we were just vibing in there. Like I forgot what the class was because that's just how much we wasn't paying attention. But
that is a problem because I was thinking about that problem too.
But we were seniors,
yeah.
I think given our senior year and how our senior year ended, we deserved that. Just we did. Laughs, so
we did. Cool. Little pass, and everybody passed.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter.
We were in, what do we call it? Remedial math.
It was remedial math, but I think it was like a prep class. I think they was like prepping us for a test or something.
Yeah, a test that we failed a couple times.
Oh yeah, but
look at us now. We don't need that. Okay. Let me see. So, you ready to get into your world? I'm ready to get into your world.
I'm ready.
Ready? Okay. So, you mentioned in the comment, we're going to put the comment on the screen so you guys can read along, but you had mentioned that your business, Graffiti, started due to personal loss and like personal challenges. So, where did the initial spark for Graffiti come? And like, tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so originally I got into airbrushing because of my sister's father. He's an airbrush artist. He does like tattoos, airbrushing. He does like all those types of things. And I've always just been exposed to that through him. But I've always like had like an interest in it because I was just like, it's so cool how like you can like paint stuff like onto clothes. Like that's crazy. That's like the coolest thing ever. So just having that avenue, I always just like had it like exposed to me. Then as I got older and I kind of wanted to like do some more experimenting with like my fashion and just like things that I could do to express myself, I thought of airbrushing as like a type of avenue I could use for that. So that's kind of like the creation of Graffiti. That's how Graffiti got started originally.
Okay. And you had mentioned earlier that airbrushing is just like one of the things you do. What else do you get into to like kind of channel that energy and release?
So my main form is just like drawing, just like going in my sketchbook, just like drawing things out. I use drawing even in airbrushing. Like I use drawing for like all types of things. Like I'll use drawing when I want to like picture an outfit. I'll use drawing when I want to like do a sketch for something that I'm gonna airbrush. And like I even like just draw just to draw. Like I draw the comic skits and like stuff like that. And I just think that that's, I think that that's like a very integral tool when it comes to like my art, just like basically just drawing into a sketchbook or something like that. But to answer your question, drawing, airbrushing, some people say fashion is
Mm-hmm.
art, so I would say that.
That's all art.
And
Yeah.
yeah, those are all my types of art right there.
I used to write a lot. Like I like to draw too, of course, but writing used to be my thing when I was younger.
And that's what I really want to get into. Like, that's something that I want to like try to do. Like, I don't want to just because like when I draw like things, like I just like draw the image, but I also want to like be able to tell a story with it, and I
Mhm.
understand that some stories have to be like told with words. So that's why I really want to get into like writing. And for my last year of college, that's something I was trying to do. Like, I took writing courses and was just trying to like get more exposed to like, you know, literature and going along with my artwork. I think that would be just another step in telling my story.
Okay, so you graduated with entrepreneurship, right?
Yes, a bachelor's in entrepreneurship.
Period. When you originally started in your freshman year, was your major always entrepreneurship?
Yeah, so entrepreneurship was always my major when I got to college. It wasn't always what I thought that I wanted to do. You know how we are, like we just think
Yeah.
we want to do one thing.
I
And
started as a business major.
exactly. So it's just like when I first like had the idea of going to college, I wanted to major in engineering, but sadly the school that I went to didn't like offer that major. So that took some time for me to just like figure out like what other things that I wanted to do. So then I just like landed on entrepreneurship and I just took it and ran with it.
Yeah, yeah. I kudos to you because well, I think I did a semester of business. I was like, no, this is not gonna work. Took some time off, and I was like, you know what? I like to talk. I like to talk, and I like to film, and I like to be on camera. So I need to find something else.
Business was never really like something that was it was never really something that was say difficult for me. I could say it's tedious, but I won't say it's difficult. It was something that was just like you just gotta take like a lot of like different like business classes. At least that's how it went with my major. I think the most complicated class that I had to take for that exact major
Math.
was yes, it's like accounting and stuff like that. Like
Because
those,
we have no teachers.
and I was just in there on my computer like, what is all of this?
Yeah.
I was just so confused. But that was like the main hurdle.
Yeah, yeah. Math. I think that was the only class that I ever failed in my entire career. College math, failed. I couldn't believe it.
I think I had my college math class. This is like when COVID was like still going on. So
Right.
like all the classes was like kind of remote. So you could just kind of finesse it like that.
Man, when I realized I couldn't finesse it even with the internet, that's when we needed ChatGPT.
For real. Like, and honestly, if the conditions wasn't like that, who knows? I might not have passed it too either. So we're in the same boat.
Hey. Okay. But okay. So there are many different forms of art and of fashion. Why do you think airbrushing specifically sticks with you? Because this is like your business. Your business is airbrushing.
Right.
So why do you think that's something that really stuck with you to the point where like, okay, I'm going to actually make this a business and, move this along?
So I think airbrushing stuck with me because of my pre-existing just like attraction to fashion. Just like how I already like just enjoyed like putting outfits and stuff together like that. So then I just figured like I think a way to incorporate that would be to just like put the art on the clothes. So I started doing that a little bit, like doing a couple pieces for myself, and I realized like I was gaining like a little bit of traction. Like a lot of people were saying like, oh, they like this, they like that. I would experiment with things, and like people would just like give me like these reactions to it, ask me to like do these things, do this, do this. So as that like continued to like snowball, I guess then I just thought, hey, maybe this could be the thing that I base my business off of. Because another thing about just like my major and like what I went to school for, that like our project like at the end of the year, like for us to graduate was to create like an actual business. Like you had to create like the business plan and like all of those things. And one of the main things that my teachers would tell me was to do something that you already have like a passion for.
Right.
So I figured I already had a passion for art, and you just have to figure out a way to monetize that. So then I just figured airbrushing was a good way to do it because I had the example of my sister's father.
Yeah.
And he would do those things and like charge people for it and basically make a business out of it. So that's kind of how graffiti got created.
That is so smart. That's like, it's smart because as soon as you leave college, you can hit the ground running. Like, you have everything that you need.
Yeah. It's like, it comes with its hurdles, and it's not super duper like simple to do. Like, it takes a lot of practice, but it's still something that like I have that passion for. Like, I will enjoy doing it. Like, I might get nervous and I might get hard on myself about like whatever I do, whatever piece I make, but it's still just like something that I constantly like look forward to doing. Like, I always look forward to like making my next piece. Like, I hope it gets better than the first one. Like, all of those things. So
when you first started with airbrushing, is it easy? Like, I feel like I could pick up an airbrush and just make something tight.
It's something that you have to get like very used to because okay, I'm gonna explain it to you like this. Like, it's different pressures to like use the pen. So if you press it down and pull it back all the way, you're gonna make a big like circle.
I got that.
And the smaller you pull it back, like this, like smaller you pull the trigger back, the teenier the circle. So you just have to be like very precise with like your movements and all of that in order to like do it. It's not impossible, but like I said, you just got to really know how it goes. Like, when I first started, it was very difficult for me to do that because like I don't really have steady hands. So it's like really hard for me to like get my hands steady, and it even affects like just me drawing sometimes. So that was like the main hurdle I had to get over like when I first started doing it. But then you got just like materials like acting up and just like all of those types of things, all those bugs that come with any type of like
anything.
Right. So that's just all of it. That's all it is.
You should come back, bring your airbrush stuff right here.
Airbrushing with Carmen. I got you.
Yes, I need to prove myself.
I got you.
You ever just look at something, you like, I know I can do that.
I do that all the time, like literally all the time. And honestly, that's how I feel like if you just follow that passion for you, just anything that you see and you can say that I want to do it. If you follow that passion, just try every single day, you're going to learn how to do it very quickly. It's so many things I learned how to do just off of a quick glance and, oh, I could do that.
Yeah. No, that's real. That's definitely real. Like every month or two, I add something new because I'm like, okay, I need this, so I have to learn how to do it. I know I can do it. It's just a matter of figuring out how to do it. Like when I first started, I didn't have mics. I didn't have lights. I ain't even have these pillows.
Look at you now. Look at you now.
I'm like, yeah, every episode. So every time somebody comes back, it's different. The quality is different. These 3 cameras, for example, I was doing 1 camera because I was scared. But yeah, like you said, it always works out. So were you always into like fashion? So when I say that, I mean, do you have pictures when you were younger, like just bust down?
No.
I
would be so 100 with you. No, I wasn't. But honestly, my attraction for it and just like my liking for fashion, it came when I started modeling, because once I started modeling, I started going into environments where people were like a lot more fashion forward. Yeah. And then, you see like different styles in these environments. So then you like through that, you make your own style. Yeah. And that's basically like what I love about fashion. It's like a way you can express yourself. And it's something that you can like follow trends and stuff, but you also can be unique and like
do your own thing.
So that's what I love about fashion. That's where my love came from. But I wasn't always doing it like that.
I'm telling myself, this is my resolution like every year for New Year's. I'm like, you know what, this year I'm going to put some more effort into like what I wear and like accessories and stuff like that. Still haven't learned my lesson. No rings, no bracelets. Because I love a good accessory, but I don't take the time. Like the necklace. Get into the necklace, y'all. Like, I can't.
I'll be trying to do that too, like with the accessories and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I still got a lot more to like try to evolve my fashion. And if you see the people that like I hang out with on a regular, like they will make me look so basic, and I be feeling so bad. I be like, oh my god, like y'all outfits look so cool, and I just be looking so lame. But
Bro,
yeah,
no, same.
like
My
I want to
friends,
get
they
into that
baddies.
too.
They
For
all
real.
baddies.
Like they're so cool.
I know. Like, how did y'all get like this? I be looking like, how did you put that together,
Like,
bro?
do you just wake up and you just the coolest person on earth? Or
Yes,
something?
I'm such a white shirt, pants, white shoes. Like,
And don't let me be going somewhere. Don't let me give you the nobody gonna see me fit. Like,
nah, that nobody gonna see me fit hit different. Cause at that point, I don't care who I run into. Man, I went to a modeling show for the first time.
mm-hmm.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun.
What show you go to?
I don't know the name. I swear I don't know the name. It's on Stanford Road.
I think I know who you're talking about. I think I know.
Yes, I went there, and it was so much fun. Like, the heels were so tall. Mm-hmm. The outfits, like you said, everybody just had a different aura. Like it was unreal.
And that's like something that like I've always liked about it. It's like, okay, so it's always just like very difficult for me to even like be in these types of scenes, mm-hmm. just because like the connotation that comes with like just like that scene and all right. that. So it's very difficult for like a person like me to always just be seen in these scenes, but I don't know, it's just so cool for me because number one, I just don't let orientation like be a definition, and mm-hmm. I also don't let like who I hang out with define who I am. So just like when you block all of that stuff out and you just enjoy the stuff for what it is, like you'll have so much fun and you'll just see so much cool stuff, and it'll just always encourage you to up your fashion game, or you'll see
up your confidence,
right? Up your confidence, up your fashion. You'll see something that somebody's wearing, you'll be like, oh, I could do this with that, mm-hmm. and I do this with that. I got that shirt, I got those pants, I can make this with that, and it's like that's get your fashion together. Like it's just so simple.
For real, that's really interesting. Like how people look at different things, because I'm looking at the clothes, I'm like, oh, that's cute, but you looking at it and you like, oh, I could do this, I could fix that up, I could do this, that, and the third.
It's so many things like when I'm at a show that I like will pay attention to, because you said Stamp Road, so I know the team that I think I know the teams you're talking about. It's a lot of teams that work on Stamp Road.
Yeah,
but like I pay attention to the walks. That's one mm-hmm. thing. Like I pay attention to the walks. I pay attention to just like the little minor details, like when you modeling, like we get critiqued on like very minor things that like just the audience will pick up on. So we gotta like try to break out of those things. Like number one, no chewing gum, like make sure your hips are like firm, and stuff like that. So like I pay attention to all of those things. Like fashion, honestly, like at least runway, walking down the runway, unless the designer is like very, very lit, like fashion is sometimes like the last thing I would pay attention to, just on the runway. But people will like come to the shows and like think it's Met Gala or something, and they'll be dressed like to the nines. Those are the people that like they'll catch my eye quicker than the people on the runway.
True. Yeah.
But the people on the runway, I'm not saying they can't catch my eye. It's just that all of those other things got to be on. The designer could put you in the very best outfit, but if you're not walking good, then you kind of just ruined it.
Or if your face not there.
Yeah, like those are all things that they like will teach you. So
yeah, I went maybe like 2 weeks ago. It was like 5 degrees outside. They had on the tallest heels, the shortest dresses. I'm like, oh, they take this serious.
For real.
They take it serious, and it looked good.
Yeah.
Man,
DMV modeling is nothing to be played with.
Man, DMV modeling and DMV high school modeling.
Yeah.
What was I about to say? I saw this girl. What they call it when you chop. She ain't have no heels on.
Oh, for what? Did you go to a ball?
I went to a ball.
Okay.
They chopped her because she didn't have heels on. She had like stilettos on, like some kind of boots. I think like shark boots. But they booted her.
Okay.
And the walk was everything.
Okay. Here's something else. This is the one hang up with like
I ain't agree with that.
This is the one hang up with the DMV scene. Like sometimes it could be like a popularity contest. Like I will say like this. So one person could do something and nobody will say anything or check them because this person has status. But if another person does that same thing, then like they'll get chopped and be saying the reason why they got chopped. Like it'll be like because you didn't have your heels on. But I've seen these things before. Like I've seen people who's supposed to get chopped or supposed to lose a battle not lose a battle because of just who they are.
Oh,
For real, I'm so serious.
well, I guess it's a little bit of that in every industry too, though.
Yeah, like
yeah.
but I think we could really get. I think the scene could really get off the ground if they like break out of that and like make it more like mutual, like just straight fair. Like if it's just fair,
no bias.
Right, like that's the main thing. Is just the bias. Like I don't like that about the scene, just because like I just think that that's gonna hold us back always. You're not gonna bring in new people to want to interact with this scene if they know that the old people are always gonna be able to like stay on top and not ever like get knocked down. That's the one thing that I just always have never liked about it.
That's a major thing. That wouldn't make me want to compete in anything.
Right. So it's like I feel like once they stop doing that, and it's been instances where like there's been like events and stuff where everything was called like right down the middle, and usually those are like the most lit events. So like I feel like if y'all just do more of that, then the scene will be more popping. But that's just me.
Probably gotta start bringing some people from like out of town.
They do that sometimes, or sometimes they'll go out of town.
Out of town where?
To North Carolina or like Richmond.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, North Carolina. Okay. I'm like not nowhere close. Yeah. Like too close.
Like they'll go to North Carolina, which is crazy. I'd be like 4-hour drive for a ball. I'm not doing that.
I go. I ain't gonna lie. I had a great
It's
time.
gotta be a lit ball. Like it's gotta be a real lit ball. And another thing about the balls that like don't be drawing people in for real, the balls don't be having no money. Like
what you mean, like prize wise?
Yeah. Like, okay, for like ballroom and like all of those things like they go viral on social media, those be having like $1,000 cash prizes, like $500 cash prizes. So like people will put more money into their effects and stuff, and like the competition is going to be naturally higher just because of the price that's on the line. DMV scenes like, yeah, we got like really good walkers and we got really good like competition here, but at the same time, what are we competing for? So that's like the main thing. I just think that eliminate the bias, up the cash prizes, scene to be popping, call it right down the middle.
I can't wait. Like my mind was open to a whole new world. So when I go to another one, I will give you my review.
Okay, bet.
Okay, so going back to your business, what would you say is the most challenging part about running Graffiti? Whether that's something personally, whether it's business related, and how do you kind of like get over? How do you keep it pushing?
Okay, so the number one thing that I think is a challenge for me just running it is sometimes I'm too much of like a critic on myself, and it will pause, I guess. It'll pause my progress. So when I say that, I mean to say if I do a shirt for someone, they could think it's perfectly fine, but I'll still just have hang-ups on it and I'll do it again. But only when I do it again, I mess it up. So then I got to do it again. And then it's just like...
It's a vicious cycle.
Right. It's a very like vicious cycle. So that's the main thing. Like I just get in my head sometimes. I'm just like very critical because even though it's a business, I'm still an artist. And it's just like I always have a vision of how my art is going to come out. And if it doesn't come out that way, I want to make it come out that way. So that's the one main thing that I'll say is like a hang up for me as far as my business. Anything personal, sometimes I don't know. Like sometimes I really just wish that I could show certain people that aren't here anymore my art and just like ask for their input on it. And like I can't, so I just have to like kind of just go off of what I think they would think for the art, or what they would say to me for like improving it. Because I've had like a lot of like teachers for art and stuff that I can't always like easily contact. So sometimes it's just like you kind of just gotta figure it out on the fly.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that. I'm like, it's so much that I wish some people could have got to see, like how far it got. the fact that it's even here, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Um, yeah, I would say. So you're basically saying like consistency, a mixture of
Right.
like confidence and consistency.
Right.
That's definitely something that I be struggling with. Like, I'll do a good episode, and then I'll feel good about it in the moment, and I'm like, man, nobody gonna watch this. And then it's like, why do we do that to ourselves? Like, we
It's
know our potential.
I think it's just like what we do is try to put ourselves in the audience or like the customer's shoes, and we'll look at it through that lens, but with like our knowledge of like how everything is going.
Yeah.
So then it's like, oh yeah, nobody's gonna care. Like, cause I do that too to myself. Like, I'll like make like something and I'll like have the whole video for it, and I'm like, man, I'm not posting this because I don't like how it came out. But then somebody will see me wearing it one day, and I'm like, oh my god, like, where'd you get that from?
Yes.
Like,
Yes. No, literally. They be like, oh, I like the last video. I'm like, you watched it?
right.
And
So
they're like, yeah, you uploaded it. I'm like, oh.
you always gotta just, everything is content. So that's what I always just try to remember in my head. I'll be like, everything is content, and just, it's all content has an audience. So no matter
Very
if
true.
it's a small audience, a big audience, it's an audience for everything. So I would just say that's just how I try to like push through it. I just still just remember it's content, post it, sucks, oh well, make the next one better.
Is that something that they talk about at all? Like when you were taking your entrepreneurship courses, like ways to get over certain obstacles, like mental obstacles? Because I feel like that's big too.
They would speak on it vaguely. Like, usually it was never like taught in a lesson. It more so was just like a student coming to the professor and just like saying, hey, I don't think my business is doing this because XYZ. And the professor would then give guidance. For me, I didn't think I even had an idea for. I originally started airbrushing as a hobby. Like, graffiti wasn't even a business at this point. I literally created it for my like end of the year project, and then it just became graffiti for real. So originally when I had first started, I didn't even think I had a business because I'm like, I don't really do anything. Like, I don't really have like any real like business experience, like suit and tie, like business experience. Right. So I'm like, I don't really have no idea. So do you have any recommendations for me? So like I said, he mentioned like things that you're passionate about. So I'm like telling him how, yeah, I'm passionate in art and I do airbrushing too. Like, I recently just picked up airbrush. He was like, there you go. Like, there's your business. So I'm just like, well, how is it going to be a business? Like, I don't understand, because I just didn't think it was concrete enough to be like an actual business to put like on a business, like for a business project. So he was just telling me how, yeah, you know, you have an audience for it. Anything that has an audience can make money. And, you know, you just have to know how to do your advertising. You need to know like how much all your stuff costs just for like materials and all of those things. You need to have your prices down, and you basically have your business right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oftentimes we overthink things like.
Yeah. And I love how he simplified it for me. I was so glad when he did that, because I was just like, wow, like you just really helped me, because I really didn't think I had a business. I'm thinking I'm about to get a zero.
Right. Yeah. I love when stuff clicks.
Right.
When you have somebody from the outside who's kind of been through what you've been through, been in your same position, they kind of like, hey, like snap out of it.
Right.
You overthinking it. It's X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So if you could collaborate with any person or with any brand, who would it be and why?
That's a really big question. I'm going to try to shrink it down, because there's a lot of people that I want to collaborate with. Like, there's airbrush artists that I would like to collaborate with. Like, one of them, I'm just going to say his name. It's Mike Rez. He's like another airbrush artist that I paid attention to a lot. Like, even besides my sister's father. It's like, he's like really good. He's like worked with a lot of like celebrities and stuff. So he's like one of the main people that I would look to for inspiration, and that's somebody that I would like to work alongside, if not like collaborate with them on something. Who else? Let me think.
Brand.
Brand. I'm honestly open to working with any brand because the main problem, like that I run into a lot with airbrushing, is what are you gonna airbrush on? Like, what piece are you gonna airbrush on? Like, are you
Right.
gonna airbrush a jacket? Are you gonna airbrush pants? So like, sometimes it's like that will overwhelm me because it's just like I don't know what to put this on. So
Yeah.
that's one thing that I would say. Like any brand that supplies clothes and just has anything that they want to give me, I would be open to just airbrush it.
So is there anything that you're scared to airbrush on? Because I saw you had did a photo shoot with the twins and they had on that big coat.
Oh
I
yeah,
was like, man, I know that coat look expensive.
that coat actually was made by my friend. His brand is Hoodlum. So
Okay.
that's like my friend from we like from the same area and like we modeled together and stuff like that. So that coat, I think that coat took me like all day to do.
It was a really nice coat. It looks like a really good quality too. I was
Yeah.
like, ooh, I'd be scared to work on something so big.
It was just like it was more so like a freestyle thing, but we just tried to like shrink it down so that we could manage it. But it took a really long time to do. Like that thing took, I'm gonna say like probably 7 hours. I'm gonna say like 7 hours. Yeah.
7 continuous hours.
It was like 7 start and stop. Just
Okay.
because we was like having to, like I said, troubleshooting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is like when I only had one pen, so I had to go spray everything that I wanted to spray with one color, clean the pen out all the way, put the other color on.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's time consuming.
About to say, and then it's like I gotta like keep like forming the coat in different like positions and stuff so I can have access to where I want to spray it at. So that was just the main reason why that took so long. But yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice coat. That joint was fire.
Thank you.
With
I
the
appreciate
pants.
that.
With the pants.
I appreciate that.
8. You know who probably, and I was just going back to what you said about, there's an audience for everything. The airbrushers in like the amusement parks, bro, or the people that do it like carnivals and stuff. No, they make bank.
For real.
I know they make bank.
Yeah.
I always look past like those little side businesses at like the carnivals and the amusement parks. I'm like, man, I wonder how, just pocket watching. I wonder how much they made, bro.
They probably make like really good money. I'm gonna say like, first off, they be charging like $60 a shirt. So
They do.
imagine you get like a whole family, like a full. That's
And they don't take them nothing to
right
do
there.
it
But I
because they
say-
be pros.
I said they like professionals, so that's like $180 you made just off one family in an entire amusement park.
I can see you doing a collab with Puma.
Puma.
Like some Puma shoes.
That would be lit.
Yeah.
I've only done shoes one time. I did some shoes for my sister's girlfriend. I was so scared to do those shoes too, but they came out really nice. Like they were.
What kind of shoes?
They were some Air Force Ones.
Okay. I think I did see those.
Yes, one of my friends, they asked me to airbrush a pair of Timbs, and it's like next summer, what I want to do is like buy like a whole bunch of like blank shoes. I don't want to use the one pair of Timbs I got because then what if I mess up?
Yeah,
but,
that'd be bad.
but I want to like buy like a whole bunch of blank shoes. I want to buy like one pair of Timbs, one pair of Air Force Ones, and like I don't know what other pair of shoes I'd do. Probably like some combat boots or something. But then I want to just like freestyle airbrush all of them and see how that would turn out. I got like a really good idea for some Air Force Ones.
That'd be an investment. That'd be a really nice investment. Just to prove to yourself that, you can do it multiple times and be confident in it.
Right.
Because then, you take other people's shoes and make it something.
Right.
And that would be hot, especially for like any events really, like baby showers, graduations, weddings even. Man.
I be just thinking about that and I'll just be like, man, like, don't you hate when your like imagination ain't like caught up like with your skill?
Yeah.
Like I be wishing I could just do like certain stuff like this, but then I'm like, that's gonna take a minute to like know how to do.
I hate it. I'm like, I gotta read. Right. I gotta read this book.
I be just so eager to just like, do it.
Yeah. But I saw a video of I don't know if you know who Tyler James Williams is. he was talking about how these days where we stressed out, where we frustrated, where we just wish we were somewhere else, these are going to be considered our good days. Oh my goodness. The good old days. So when we are where we are, it's going to be the good old days. Oh, I remember when I was doing that.
I'm ready for the good old days to end.
Right.
It sounds real sad.
I have had enough of the good old days. I always ask my guests this, but you are one of the final guests. I have 2 more people after you. What is planned for 2025? What do you have in mind? I know we just talked about the shoes a little bit, but other than that, do you have anything laid out? Let me know.
So I'm going to say in May. In May, I did my first show. I collaborated with another designer in Models of Distinction. That's a Towson University modeling team.
You went to Towson?
No, I know some people at Towson.
Oh, okay.
And I just did the show.
Where you go?
Hmm?
Where you go?
What school did I go
Yeah.
to? It's a low key school, but I'll say it right now. I went to Mount St. Mary's University. It's in Amherstburg, Maryland.
Okay.
But the director of the show, he just reached out to me. He said, "Yeah, I like your designs. I want you to do this show." And like we already like kind of knew each other because the modeling scene is very small, so it's like a lot of people will know each other.
I'm sorry, the scene is small in general or in the area?
You
said the model scene.
Oh, the DMV modeling scene is just very small.
Okay.
Like, a lot of people like know each other, and if you don't know them personally, you know them like by glance.
Mm-hmm.
So he hit me up. He said he seen what I'm already doing. He just said he wanted me to do some stuff. So that was like my first show down. But for 2025, I want to get another show. I want to do like another show. I want to get casted for another show as like a designer. It would be so cool because like anytime I'm like doing a show, I'm like I'm the model, but now it's like I'm in another step.
Yeah.
So I'm the designer. So
is it a pay opportunity?
I'm not answering the phone for nothing but paying opportunities.
Oh, I love that.
So, yeah. But it's like I want to have the talent to back it up. So, I'm going to just say, like, I just want to get more knowledge, just more proficient with what I'm doing. I want to say, like, I want to have more stuff. Like, I don't want to do, because the main thing that's been hanging me up is, like, for most of the pieces that I do for myself, I'll just put DP to G on it. Mm-hmm. So I don't really want to do that anymore because I want anything that I make to be like universal. I want it to be something that anybody could wear.
Right.
So that's something that I'm just trying to do. I'm in the process of doing that like as we speak. I want to do that. I want to do like more articles of clothing. I would like to be a designer for shows. I want to get, for 2025, I want to accomplish a show like completely like solely Graffiti. I don't want it to be anything else. I don't want it to be all graffiti pieces all by me. So that's something else I have planned. I might get back into modeling 2025. I just want to see how that's going to go. Just having to like juggle everything. But that, something else that I'm planning. You mean like just graffiti wise or just like anything?
Anything.
Okay. So I don't know if you've known this, but like I've always wanted to play the bass. Like the bass guitar.
No.
Yeah, I just love the bass. So I just like really want to play the bass. So that's something else that I'm gonna like probably be proficient at by June.
Okay.
Just check back.
So you self-taught?
I'm gonna be.
Okay.
I don't have a teacher. Not yet.
Would you ever consider getting a teacher?
I wouldn't be against it. It's just like with me, like most of the things that I get so proficient in, it's like I teach myself how to do. Just because like I'm always like constantly like working at it. I don't have to wait till this person like or till this day for this lesson. I can just keep going and keep trying and just like that. But I wouldn't be against getting a teacher. If anybody's out there that is a teacher.
Calling all bass teachers. Right. Step forward. Please
hit me up.
Yes. That's so funny. Bass is my favorite instrument.
For real? It's like such a good instrument. Like
a bass just makes a song for me.
For real. Like it's sometimes like I'll only listen to a song for the bass. And it's just like I won't even listen to the words that the singer is saying. I'll just like hear the bass in the back. I'm just like, man, I love that song. That's
like my whole TikTok feed is people doing like covers of songs with basses on them.
That's about to be me. That's about to be me.
Hey, bruh. Yes. Well, if you get back into modeling, invite me to the shows.
I got you.
I'm gonna show up. And
you.
I also did not know that even if you're attending, you have to wear heels.
That's not true.
No, that's what. No, a couple models told me that.
That is not true. What models? DMV models who lied to Carmen and said that? Because y'all know that is not true.
I cannot show up without heels on. It's just, that's not the vibe.
It might not be the vibe, but it's not like a law just saying like everybody in here. Because people like be
models tap in.
People be bringing like they baby siblings and stuff in there.
they
gonna be bringing baby heels too?
Yeah.
That's not true. I don't know who told you that.
Please tap in and let me know before the next show, preferably. I need answers quickly.
Whoever told you that don't know what they talking about. Sorry.
Hey, I'm just trying to be in compliance. Okay, well, fortunately and unfortunately for you, you've documented everything that you want to do, which means you have to do everything that you just listed.
I definitely will.
Because on what's today? December 20th, 2025, I'm going to message you and say, hey, where we at on this?
I'm going to, I'm about to tell you the future right now.
Okay.
I'm going to have already had a show done.
Mm-hmm.
Might have a couple already done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to have like a bunch of little bass videos on my Instagram up. So
Period.
that's going to be another thing.
Okay, go ahead.
It's going to be shoes. Like, it's going to be all of that stuff.
I should get some Perfect World shoes.
It's really funny that you say something about that because I have a surprise for you.
No.
I have a surprise for you. It's not shoes, sadly.
Okay.
But it's a little surprise.
Oh. What? What? Wait. I'm gonna close my eyes.
Open.
Oh my gosh. Stop playing. Oh my god.
What to say. Audience, Carmen Renè is now an official Graffiti recipient.
Oh. Hold on. I'm wearing this. I'm filming tomorrow. I'm wearing this.
Bet.
I'm going to... Oh, I love it. I really love it.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Because I was just like, man, I don't want to come on the show empty-handed. You don't do that.
Thank you. I've never had anybody bring me
For
a
real?
gift.
Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna be copying somebody.
No, I don't know what to do. It's like Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Carmen.
Merry Christmas. You never thought you'd be spending Christmas with me.
Nope.
This is amazing. Thank you so much. I'm gonna make sure I take pictures in it and everything.
I really do appreciate that.
And I'll be sure to tag all your information down below. Are you gonna start taking commissions at any point?
Yes, I am.
Can I add that to the list of 2025?
I got you. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because this isn't people not doing this. People not doing airbrushing like in this area. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so
I got
get you one.
I got you.
Get you one. Well, I want to thank you again for coming through. I can't wait to see what you do in the future. And yeah, this is it.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate the time.
And thank you for joining the giveaway and coming on my little show. This is the best.
No little.
I need to stop doing that.
I do that too. I do it too.
Big. Well, yeah, like I said, I'll be sure to tag everything down below so you guys can tap in. My name is Carmen Renè here with Donovan, and we are in a perfect world, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.